Good morning. Welcome to our Monday morning motivation. And today let's talk about maintaining that motivation. Let's presume that because it's Monday, we're excited and we're going to have a great week. So we don't need to get motivated. We just want to stay motivated. And one of the surest ways to be able to do that is to be doing the things that you like to do. And more importantly than doing the things that you like to do, doing the things that you want to do and are determined to do. So what does that mean? That means understanding what your values are. If you understand your values, it makes it much easier for you to make decisions, and particularly about business and what you will do within your business. So it also means that it makes it easier for you to set goals and then achieve them, because you're setting your goals within the context of your values. And when everything is aligned, life seems to go so much more swimmingly. So how do you set goals? Let's look at whether you want to set them for, first off, do you just want to set a goal for your business, or do you want to set a goal for you personally? A little bit of a tip here. If you want to set a goal for your business, how about we make sure that it ties into your personal life? Because you'll have a much greater opportunity of achieving that goal if it means something to you personally. The deeper the meaning to you personally, the greater the likelihood that you will achieve it. So let's try tying our business goals to whatever it is that we're up to in our personal life. Will help a lot. How do you work out what they are? Pick out the top 3 things that you'd like to have right now. If you've got more than 3 things, pick out the top 5, pick out the top 6. Pick a number, pick out all of those things that you really, really want to achieve and write them down. Because we want to make sure that these are goals that you really want to achieve, not something that, slipped into your mind just because somebody like me said, write down the top 3 things that you want. We want them to be real things, things that you hold dear, things that you dearly want to achieve, so that you can make a difference in your world. Okay. Lots of people talk about changing the world. There's only one world to change, that's yours. So if you can change your world, you'll possibly be quite surprised to find that the world around you changes enormously along with the change that you've made in your own world. And it reflects those changes to you and makes life run more swimmingly. So we picked out the top 3 or 5 or 6 things that you really, really want to achieve in your life. What about your top 5 values? Do you know what they are? And if you don't know what they are, let's go through a little bit of an exercise. Sit down and write out the things that you value. Write out all of the things that you value. Just to give you a bit of a start, that might be that you value family. It might be that you value success in business, whatever success means to you, that is. So if you do value success in business, make a point of writing out what success in business means to you. It's really important that these things are really, really clear. And look at what gives you the greatest satisfaction in the things that you do. That's what you really, really want to do. Now, if you can find the way to combine what you really, really want to do with your values and with your goals, everything just happens. Pops into place like it's meant to be. And of course, that old saying of life wasn't meant to be easy really isn't true. Don't fall for that line. You make your life whatever you want your life to be. So put all those things together, and that might help figure out what it is that you want to do longer term. And the longer term, the further out you can look, the easier it is to stay motivated. And perhaps you want to think about all these things, since we're talking business, as if we're not worried about the money. Often when we worry about the money, things just don't happen. And that's because we're applying energy to something that we don't want rather than something that we do want. If we're worrying about money, we're actually worrying about not having money. If we're applying energy to not having money, we're encouraging not having money. So apply your energy to the things that you really do want, and suddenly things are probably going to start happening the way that you want. So is there something that you really wanted to do but you haven't been quite game to try? Sometimes it's time to throw off the shackles and just go for it. When you just go for it, it's amazing what can happen. All sorts of things start to fall into place. People start coming on board to help you. You're suddenly not out there by yourself. More importantly, the universe gets behind you and just pushes you along. There's a whole energy out there that you can utilize to help yourself just by focusing on the things that you want to achieve. So, okay, if we've set the goals, let's just go out and start. Okay, all of these things need some action on your part or my part, whoever it is that's doing these things. Just making the plan isn't enough. We've got to go out and work to achieve what we want. And in order to get the best results from that, we need to apply ourselves, take the action, evaluate what results we got so that if it's appropriate, we can change actions to give us a different result. And as long as we're doing all of that in combination with our goals and our values, then chances are business is going to be much, much better and much more comfortable for you to work in. So in the text beside this live, there's a link to a place where you can find a whole bunch of information about things associated with your goals and motivation. Go along and have a look. As well as that, just go out and have an absolutely great week. That's what it's here for, to have a great week. Bye.